Okay, let me see if we are good. So I want to make sure that we are in good shape. Let's take a look and see. Just give me 1 second here. Okay, so we got no music going here. Alright, so let's figure that out here. Let's see here. Why do we not have any music? Okay, I think we got music now, I think. Let me see. Let me make sure. Yes, we do. Alright, cool. Alright, so we are rolling. Alright, we are in good shape right now. Excellent. Welcome, everybody. I think we are good to go. And I think we're running 1080p, and we're not lagging. How about that? Who would have thought? I think we're in good shape. And where have I been? Well... I've been working hard. That's what I've been doing. We're working hard. It's been a very, very busy weekend. But I wanted to make sure that this was running good. And I think we are going really good. You got Mark on the other channel. You know, it kind of figures. You know, as soon as I'm doing mine, Mark's doing his. You know, kind of figured. But that's okay. That is okay. So these are live shots. We're running 2 cameras, 2 laptops, and can't go wrong right now. So far, so good. Yeah, I know, he has not been on for a very long time. Actually, it's been... The last time he did anything with his Sky Tour was 2 months ago. Because I've been checking to see if he was going to do anything. I have not seen anything up until this point. Now, what we have going on right now is with the 2 cameras, they're exactly the same camera. Okay? They're both the T7 Astro cameras. You can get them from Agena Astro. Or not Agena Astro. LI Express. I think Agena Astro can do them too, but I'm pretty sure Amazon definitely sells them. And just a typical webcam, or Astro Cam, and it's on a 180-degree lens. And I got one pointing in the left side of the sky, one pointing in the right side of the sky. And there's a tiny bit of overlap. If you look carefully at the middle of the screen, there's a slight overlap, but I mostly wanted to get this set with the darks and flats and everything, and it's looking pretty good right now. If you look carefully, you can see those 3 or 4 stars that create like a little line. One of the cameras is tilted just a slight bit over to the right, but it's not bad. You got the Pleiades. That's on the right camera, so you can actually see M45 in there. So that's pretty cool. So you can actually see that. And then of course where that overlap is, that is Cassiopeia. Eventually what I'm going to do is I want to get this out further so that way I can get more parts of the sky, so this way there's no overlap. This is kind of what I wanted to do about a month ago. But it's looking good. Looking darn good. At the bottom, we have the actual progress bars on both cameras, so you can see when an exposure is going to be done and when one is going to be set. So you can see that, and then we can just hope for meteors. I mean, hey, today's the 14th. It's getting to be that time where you're going to start seeing some meteors. So why not? Why not give it a shot? Now, where the meteors are going to be shooting for the Orionids, now it's not for a while, but we got some time. We got a little bit of time. And what's going to be cool on the right camera is you're going to see Orion pop up really soon. Really, really soon. Because you got, if you're looking, which mouse is it? There's a mouse in here somewhere. I don't know. Hang on, let me see here. Okay, so you got the mouse here. So this one here, this is M45, which is right there, and these are not tracking. So the stars are gonna move up into the up into the sky. I've been trying to get over a cold. So up into the sky, and it's gonna be moving up this way. If you go down below here, this star is Aldebaran, which is the bull. And if you go down further, and of course it's going to be off the screen right now, you're going to see Orion. I need to get a drink. Hang on. Where's my drink? There it is. There we go. Here we go. So it won't be totally noticeable, but you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it that it's gonna be coming up on the screen. Woo! I had a frog in my throat. And yeah, I do have it finally communicating. I think the problem was it was running Windows. What is it? Windows Update. So, and my internet was kind of like blah. So, but we're going good. My throat is not, but but this is going better. So that is a good thing. Oh, there we go. I'll have to watch Mark's channel later. Probably later tonight. I tried to get it as focused as I possibly could, but that's not bad. Eventually what I'd like to do is I'd like to get it further away from the lights. So that way you can get more of the sky and less of the lights, but it's not terrible. But as I said, these are not tracking. These are just solely on 2 tripods that I'm going out there and just shooting as much as I can. And for the people that are joining, we got Bert Radio, Carlitos, and Vanessa, or Venus. Welcome. I know we got a couple more people on, but by all means, say hi. You know, I mean, we're here, and we're doing good. The camera on the right, we're shooting 60-second exposures. Or, I'm sorry, backtrack that. One on the left, we're doing 60. One on the right, we're doing 70. The reason why they're different exposures is because I want to know which one is what so I can put the darks in there. So I don't put the darks on the same one because I had to do separate darks on separate cameras to make sure that they're both in good shape. And you have another helper with the station. Well, that's a good thing. I did see your message. I just didn't get a chance to say hi. I didn't get back to you, and I apologize for that. Although I did say hi, I think, about an hour and a half ago. And I apologize to everybody that I didn't. This was unscheduled, by the way, so I didn't get a chance to really, post this up and let everybody know. So this was unexpected, and it's clear, and it's clear outside. So that's why I wanted to try to make sure that we're in good shape. And I like surprises too. When I came out here, I didn't expect this to work so well. I did not expect this. I was expecting a 100% train wreck. I think the other problem was, and I'm looking at this too, is that when I was taking the cord and bringing it out here, I was closing the door on the cord. I don't know if that had anything to do with the speed. It's possible, considering it's 100-foot cords. So it's totally possible that closing the door on it would kink it. Some people said no. Some people said yes. So I'm not really sure. My guess is that it's not like a hose, but then it is. You know, if you're kinking it and the wires get bent, it's not going to be as speedy as it should. So what I did was I propped it open just a slight bit, like about a millimeter, just enough that the cords can slide through, and then run it all the way through. So they're 100-foot cords, and I got about, I would say, 4 feet, and that's it. And I got 4 feet, and that's all we got. So 96 feet we are from the router right now. So that was one problem. The other problem is I called my internet provider to see exactly what the problem was. They said everything was fine. So I don't know, I paid the bill, so I mean everything should be good, and it was. So I did like an entire reset on the entire network that night, just to make sure, to see if maybe there was a kink in there, whatever. Maybe they were working on something, who knows. I don't know. It was a bad night. It was a very, very, very bad night. But I don't know. Now it's running perfectly fine. So I'm checking it on my phone. I'm running 1080p, and I don't see any problems at all. None. I'm looking at the clock. The clock is running smooth. I'm also keeping track of the football game, too. It's a high-scoring affair, by the way. I don't know if you guys are football fans out there, but it is back and forth, back and forth. There's 5.5 minutes left, and it's 37-33. The bad guys are winning. I don't know if... Hopefully none of you guys are from New England. Well, we want the team from Smanzis City. Kansas City, if anybody's interested. Let me check to see if there's any iridium flares or anything that is coming in the area. Or even the ISS would be cool, too. Let me check to see where the ISS is. ISS. It is not tonight, no. The ISS is not coming out tonight. It's in the Southern Hemisphere until tomorrow. That's terrible. Maybe we can get a couple of planes. Who knows? what I'm going to do is I'm going to start creating captures. Might as well. There we go. Perfect. So now we're taking actual images one by one, so that way they'll save it on the actual one, so this way we don't have to worry about it. So that'll be perfect. And then what I could do is I can use each image individually and then do star trails. Unfortunately, I can't drill a hole into a door that's not mine. That's the problem, Ron. I can't do that. I wish I could, but it's not my door. I don't own that property. If I did, trust me, that'd be the first thing I would do. But everything looks to be okay. Everything looks to be good. And soon we should be able to start to see Orion's belt very, very shortly, which will be really, really cool. I can't wait. It's going to be super exciting. Yeah, it would be easier to own it. Yeah. M31 is... Let me take a look and see. And Cassiopeia actually shows up twice. If you're just joining me, Cassiopeia shows up in the top right in the left camera and the top left of the right camera. The only reason being is because both of them are overlapped, as I gotta get it out further so this way I can cover more parts of the sky, and then this way I don't have to worry about it. But right now I solely wanted to make sure that 1, both cameras were working, 2, both of them had darks implemented into them, which they are, and 3, the internet connection was good, again, which is perfect. And we're running a dual computer stream, which is exactly what I wanted to do last time, and it didn't work. So we're running the dual computer, and right now there is no lag. So we're doing good, and I don't see any problems. So the test for this right here is actually running extremely well, and that's something that I wanted to make sure. You want to move this over just a little bit here, so that way, there we go. Move this one over. There'll be a, what I want to do is actually, let me see here. Transfer, edit, transform, left, 1, 2, 3. There we go. And then we'll do 1, 2, 3. We'll do 1. There we go. What's going to be really cool, the camera on the left. This is going to be interesting. And I kind of wanted to see what we're going to do with this one, because the camera on the left, dead center. And I mean, I'm going to make sure, I want to double check this, but I'm pretty sure that dead center is Polaris. And I want to make sure, see if I got that right. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to show everybody here on the camera on the left, okay? Alright, so can you see my mouse? Can you see my mouse? Alright, so you have Cassiopeia right where the mouse is, right up here, okay? And if you look down here, this star right here, that's Polaris, right there, okay? If you look carefully, you're going to see stars that are going to go right across here, and there's going to be a little box. I'm going to try to outline it for you, which is right here. This is a little, little rectangle right here. That is the Little Dipper right here. So it's going to go across like this, and then what it's going to do is it's going to go counterclockwise. It's going to come around, and everything's going to follow this star right here. So you're going to just barely see the stars are going to move in a counterclockwise position all the way through the entire night. Now, the stars on the right camera are going to do almost the same thing, but pretty close. That star right there, again, well, actually you really can't see it. It's these stars, there we go. These stars right here, again, it's Cassiopeia, and then you have the whole right side. So then you can see all the stars over there. So this kind of overlapped it, but just a little bit. I wish I could have just moved that over just a tiny bit, but that's okay. And then you have, again, M45 right there. So you're going to start seeing these stars moving, and they're going to move up. And they're going to go around, again, counterclockwise, because you're going further away from Polaris. So this is going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen. You see my cursor, but no mouse. Well, can you see me moving the cursor? Well, it would be a cursor. It would be like a pointer. Do you see the pointer? That's the most important thing. The pointer. Do you see the pointer? I hope so. Well, actually, let me check and see it for myself here. Let me see. Oh yeah, you can see it. Okay, cool. So you can see the yeah. Okay, the arrow. Close enough. By the way, if you're a football fan, it's crazy. This game is friggin' nuts. You're going to have 80 points so far combined between the two teams if they make the extra point here. 80. And they got it. So it's 40-40. This is nuts. Wow, it's crazy. Oh, you were being a smart. Okay. I was just making... Oh, because you thought the actual mouse... Oh, I got you. Okay. You thought it was an actual mouse. Okay. Now, for calls, that's the next thing. Now that it's running, and we're running semi-good right now. I mean, I can't see any problems here. It's running smooth. We're running at 1080p, so we're running good. The stars are booking along. They're going good, and I don't see any problems here so far. So this is good. And Jeff, I was meaning to talk to you because here's what I want to do, and this is my vision so far. And right now we're like at the halfway point because we know that the internet works. We know that I got dual streaming, which is great. The next thing I want to do is next time it's clear where you are. Now you said that there's fog where you are. Is one day I'd like to have you do an astrophotography session, and if it's clear where I am, I'd like to do it simultaneously at the same time, where you can share your screen with mine, and then I would stream it, so that way we can actually watch both screens at the same time. Like we could both go after the same object or something, or I could do something and you could do something, and we could go back and forth. I mean, how cool would that be? I mean, that would be amazing. Let me see. Let me go to... S-K-I-P-E. Will this bog the system down? That is the big question. Okay, so now I have Skype up and running right now. So Skype is on. Now here's my question. How am I going to get the sound from someone? I'm trying to think of how I can do this. How would you share your screen? Well, the easiest way to possibly do it is you could either go Google Hangouts, Skype. I think those two would probably be the easiest way to do it. And if you share your screen through Skype, then I can actually use it on OBS and actually pop it into the actual screen. That would probably be the best way. I used to do it all the time with Google Hangouts, and it worked out perfectly. So, I don't know. I mean, that would be really awesome. It would be almost like a virtual star party is almost what it would be. It's lagging just a slight bit, but it's not too horrible. Let me X out of this. There we go. That might help. That might help it a little bit. Alright, so, now that we have Skype pulled up, yeah, they use for that, they definitely use it for the Astro-Imaging channel. Just give me 1 second, I gotta pull this up here. Oh, Ron, you were trying to call me, apparently. Hang on, I'm trying to do things here. Oh, you messaged me. Hi. Okay. Yeah, hi. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll turn down the music here. There we go. I'll turn down the music. Now there might be an echo only because I'm trying to listen to myself while I'm talking at the same time to make sure it's still running good. Okay, let's try to call you, Mr. Ron. Yes, Ron. Okay, now hang on. I just want to make sure that they can hear you, so give me 1 second here. It's going good. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to try to crank your volume up here. I might... Hang on. What I'm going to do... We'll take the volume up on this. Okay, and then, hang on. I'm trying to figure this out because I want to try to get your volume on here along with mine.
Right. I can talk a little bit so you can get it right.
No, there we go. I got you cranked. There we go.
There's a little...
What I'll do is I'll hook up my headphones so that way I can hear you better.
Okay. And I'll turn down the video sound so that I don't hear that in the delay.
Right.
That way when I talk on the Skype, it's in real time.
Hang on 1 second, I just want to...
And it will eventually
grab my headphones
get right on over there. Hey, Vanessa. And Jeff, you need to check out Art Radio. Okay. And that's what I wanted to actually tell everyone about our station. Chris is actually the boss of the radio station. So he hasn't had time to really be on it, but he's actually he's my partner in crime on the not crime necessarily, but you know, it's just an old saying. He's my partner in the radio station, and Elliot, I wanted to tell you we got some surprises coming. I wanted to bring on DJ Hemi. He's a friend of mine. I've known him for about 4 years now, 5 years.
Yeah.
And he has done a couple of promos for us already. He's going to do one for you when he gets to know you. You need to talk to him and get to meet him and chat with him. And you might have already said hi to him once or twice on the radio show. I don't know. But
I've said hi to I've said hi to him a couple times.
Okay, yeah. So get his chat with me later. I was trying to get a hold of you this weekend, but you were busy with everything going on there, so I wasn't able to get in touch with you about this. But I figure if anything, it'll help us, and he has a really good way of doing the promos, and Vanessa likes them, so, and then some other people like them as well. So I think they sound really professional, actually, and all he does is just use a little audio thing that he plays with, a little audio program, and
Yeah.
and he has a little fun making up little slogans, and things like that. And so you'll hear him tomorrow morning if you're listening.
Yeah.
And he's going to get on after my opening bit in the morning, and he will be doing the sports scores for the weekend. Like how I would do the sports scores? Well, he's going
Yeah.
to go ahead and read the sports scores because he has a really good voice. But he's going to actually go ahead and read it right off the ESPN or whatever, and
Yeah.
he'll be like we're doing right now on Skype. He'll be coming across the radio and stuff like that. So, and then like how we're doing right here, we don't have to worry about any copyright stuff because we're just talking. Okay, we don't have
That's
to worry
right.
about all that. So
That's right.
unless we get a copyright for mentioning Skype, maybe that could be a problem. But I
No.
don't think so.
No.
They just worry about audio sound that we're not ripping off anybody's music or anything like that.
Exactly.
But I have got about another 2 hours of audio library music for myself. So when I start doing some interviews, which I might have you on your next day off, we might have you call in to the station like we're doing now, and we can stream it on my YouTube channel like how you're doing right here. Okay?
Yeah.
And you're going to have to kind of teach me how to do that. On this slow computer, it might be a little bit challenging on my connection, but we'll try it. We'll give it a try. If nothing else, we can do it on the audio only, and then we can actually post it on YouTube later, So that wouldn't be bad either. We can do the audio part live, and then post it on the video at a later date. That's what I was thinking of doing.
Yeah.
Okay. So, if can I mention my radio station and website and stuff?
No, never. Never. You never. I'm just kidding. No, you can. Of course you can.
I always ask because that's how respectful I am, and I know this is your channel, and you want to keep your channel on the top notch. I understand that, but let me go ahead and I'll type it in there, but I'll also say it. www.ertradio.com is my website, and there you can click on the player, and also on Chris's website you can click on the live player thing that we have for my radio station, or for our radio station, and then you can get to the live page, but you might have to sign up and get an account for Mixlr. But if anyone knows that live page link, that'd be fine. I don't know it. I just know it when I click the link on it.
Right.
Let me go ahead and put the link to the website, but that'd be super easy to do it that way.
Yeah, you copy and paste, or however you want to do it.
It's one thing I like about being about having a wrench, you can actually put that up there. So,
Yes, you can.
this is my own website. Now, Chris is going to help me make some changes on it and make it a lot better. And I want you to go ahead and take a look at that. And then on top of my website, there's a little player right there that says Earth Radio, and it's player. You click on that, it opens up to sign in or sign up, whatever. And if you can download the Mixlr app, MIXLR, whatever that website is, I'd have to get that. Let me see if I can get that live link in here. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. Open that up. And this computer is not very fast, so.
You still need more RAM.
I do. I need about another 8 gigs. That would put me at 14 if I had 8 more gigs.
Vanessa's already ahead of you. She's already putting the links on there already for you.
She's quick.
Yep, she's putting all the stuff on there for you.
Now, this is the one for the Mixlr direct live link for Mixlr. And so you can use that one. So there you go. Yeah, she got
She's one step ahead of you.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'd rather have the help than not.
That's right.
And Vanessa, matter of fact, I think if she can ever get a quiet moment and a way to call in, she's on her phone most of the time. Though, so it's a little challenging when we're using your phone and trying to use it for Skype at the same time. It's a little challenging, but it can be done, I think. But we're gonna try to get Vanessa on and maybe do a community reading, because she does the spiritual energy type of reading things. And I know a couple of other people that do this sort of thing, which would be a lot of fun to kind of have that as kind of a show. Not that I necessarily believe a whole lot of anything when it comes to the spiritual world type of thing. I have a hard time believing in some of the religious aspects of different things as well. But I mean, I'm okay with people that are experiencing the ability and talent to use the gifts that we have, because I think that we all have certain gifts that some of us stopped using some gifts, and we need to start really kind of, to make it a better world, we need to start maybe revitalizing our gifts and experience that we have, and you don't know how much of a help that could be to our relaxation process, to our meditation, and all that stuff. And it might help us, get along a little bit better overall. But I think with the people that hang out with us on Mixcler and stuff, on our radio, I think that it would be good if we had a community reading, and Vanessa just had some fun, enjoying, or some enjoyment, not necessarily fun in that sense, you know what I mean?
Right.
She had some kind of enjoyment of maybe helping somebody, you don't know who you're going to help, you don't know who you're going to touch when we communicate, when we connect with each other, like this here with the astronomy thing here, and then when Mark was doing his show went off the line. It says live still, but it's not showing on my end. But then when we connect things with this here, and we all have the similar interests, it brings us closer together, and actually we find out, hey, we actually like this person, or that guy's all right, he's doing all right. And I talked with DJ Hemi, and his friend Damon was on my show the other day, on Saturday, I think it was. We talked about 2 hours, and he shared some paranormal experiences and things like that. I think that helped him in a way to be able to share that,
Mm-hmm.
So that's part of my goal, is to be able to share things without being condemned, without being, laughed at. I mean, you might still laugh at. You might be laughed at, but that's okay. We're all laughing, So
Right.
We're all having fun with everyone. We're not being rude and laughing at somebody because of their problem. We're laughing at the situation as a whole, in a sense, if that makes any sense at all. What I'm saying. I'm not trying to be silly or rude or anything like that, but sometimes people will say something and I'm like, yeah, right, whatever, and then when I do a little research on it, like, holy crap, they were right. Then we gotta get Vanessa on the phone, though, so she can kind of do these things. Like, I know this one woman, she's in California. Her name is Twin Crow 747. She's one of my friends on my channel. But I'm trying to get her over to listen to radio, but she does her own shows, and she has a lot to do. Usually not a whole lot of time to really get connected with a whole lot of other people. She does her own stuff, though, live, and she'll do tarot card readings. And every now and then, she'll do a reading during the day, what she calls energy reading. And it's like, she's like right on. I mean, I don't know how she does it,
Yeah.
She says the right thing. She shuffles the cards, and then she pulls out this card and says, "Okay, this is your card." Not talking to me, but just talking in general to everybody. This is your card, and then she talks about what it does and it gives some powers that you can use if you ask for it or whatever. It's a nice little sentimental, kind of a get together thing. And I like it. She does it with such heart. She doesn't say that anyone's wrong or that she's not, as a matter of fact, right, and that's it. She's kind of flexible with changing her opinion, or if somebody has a thought and suggests something, she'll add that to it. Very flexible in that way.
Right.
But so hopefully maybe we can get on board with Vanessa doing some of these every now and then, and she'll get on radio and doesn't have to be on the video unless she wants to do the video if we can make it work. Then we could do it that way, but that would be a little bit harder on my internet connection that I have. But on the audio, it does pretty well, I think.
Yeah.
Although Lorraine said she had a hard time hearing me on Mixler today, and I got kind of frustrated, not at Lorraine, just at the system, that it wasn't working right. And I was kind of upset that she was having trouble hearing me. And but Vanessa said she heard me fine the other day. And hey, more Jello, how you doing?
Jello's on.
Yeah, he should get on and do a weather report. I like it when he does the weather report.
It's gonna be rain.
Yeah. You've heard him do that before on Mark's channel, I think.
Yes, I have.
On Mark's or Bill's, I can't remember which one he was on. He was on one of them, and he actually sounded like he was the weather guy doing the weather.
It was Bill. I remember it.
And Bill took a break to go do something with the battery or something like that, and then Jello got on the microphone on the Skype and started doing the weather, and like, wait, what? When did the Bill change to the weather station? Because he does have that running in the background.
He did, yeah.
No, I like that, though. We have a lot of fun with each other and good times. Yes, you did the weather at one point, Jello. I don't remember when it was, but I remember hearing your voice. And that's when I was asking you for some promos and some voiceovers. We gotta talk about that. And we'll get together with you and discuss that for ERT Radio. So, no money involved now. You're just going to get the publicity for your great voice. So, and I told DJ Hemi that, he can have some time on the radio, because he has his own show on Radionomy, or however you said it.
Radionomy, yeah.
Yeah. And then he set up my channel, ERT Radio, 24 hours. It's over there now. So you can go there. I don't remember what the link is on that. He would know it. He set it up.
I'm sure Vanessa has that. I'm pretty sure she does.
But it's on Radionomy, and it's ERT Radio on Radionomy. It's a 24-hour show, and apparently he has like over 400 files already added to it. So you can just click on my channel over there and listen to ERT Radio and past shows that we've done or I've done, and whatever. Or as we put new stuff up there, we can add it on over there. I thought that we could download the shows off my show reels page.
You can if you signed in.
Oh, maybe that's why you couldn't do it. Okay. Yep. Okay. So maybe when I'm going to give him the login information so that he can actually do the show when he wants to. Okay. Right. And then that way you, me, and him are right now the only ones that have that login information. And, of course, the NSA and whoever else is watching, But,
right.
Libertas always says, oh, the NSA knows.
Yeah, that's right.
On KGRA. He always talks about that. But then when DJ, if he's, having a late night and he can't sleep or something and he wants to play some music or whatever, he can just hop on the station and play whatever he wants to play. So I was explaining to him, though, make sure that when you go to upload it, just make sure that you close out of the station after you get done. And because otherwise the station stays open and nobody else can get on.
Right, exactly.
So I know with your upload, you can go pretty quick. Mine takes about maybe anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes, depending on if it's a 2 or 3 hour show. So.
And Jello says it's the first time I'm having people on Skype. Yes, it is the first time.
Yes. Hey, he can call in. He should call in.
Yeah, I mean, he most certainly can. I mean, I'm running a dual stream, and it's running.
Oh, I do have a question. M45. That's the Pleiades right there. We were just looking at that. Mark was showing that earlier.
Yeah.
We're looking at the blue light. He mentioned something about that as a reflection nebula, or
correct.
Reflected. What is the blue light from now? Again, what is it exactly? I know I've seen it before in real time and in a real clear night, like many years ago, when you could actually see seven sisters, as it used to be called.
Right.
And now with the light pollution and the air quality, you don't see seven anymore. You see six, I think.
Well, there is seven, and
yeah.
it is known as the Seven Sisters, and it's an open star cluster. It contains middle-aged hot B-type stars located in the constellation Taurus, which is the bull, which you can actually see in the picture on the right-hand side for the camera. You can actually see Taurus right below there.
Yep.
And that's, it's the nearest star cluster to Earth, so it's one of the most obvious naked eye constellation for the clusters in the entire sky. Like, you look up, you know that it's there, and you know that that's what it is. Now yeah?
The blue light, what I was thinking of, they say it's a reflection. What is it reflecting off of?
Well, the cluster it's hot blue stars, okay? So they're blue giants, okay? Like you would see in a faucet, you would see red means hot, blue means cold. It's the exact opposite out in space. Blue is super hot. Red means, like, you see the brown dwarfs, and then you have the real cool stars. Blue means it's super hot. So it's a faint reflection nebula around the brightest stars, okay? So
look at Jello's response real quick before it goes up.
What did he say?
7 middle-aged.
Yeah.
He goes X-rated, like, right off the bat. Yeah.
I figured he would have. I figured that.
Oh boy. All right. Yeah. So then the reflection is there dirt or dust or debris that's near the from when the stars were created, or?
Well, all it is it's just formerly thought of that was dust that was left over the formation of the cluster.
Oh, okay.
And it was aged over 100 million years ago, so it's generally accepted as a cluster, but the dust is still present even to today, and it's actually dispersed by radiation pressure, okay?
Okay.
So instead of the cluster simply passing through a particularly dusty region, it's just there.
Oh, okay.
and of course, with it being vacuum of space, it's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. So, like a supernova, when it explodes, it's going to stay there, and it's going to stay there for millions and millions and millions of years. And of course, if you take 100 to 200 years and you take a picture of something, it's going to be very non-noticeable. You won't be able to see the actual nebulosity, like the Crab Nebula. The Crab Nebula is one of the most recent explosions that they've had for supernovas, and that happened about 1,000 years ago.
Yeah, it happened like 1042 or something like that.
Yeah. It was about 1,000 years ago, and then that was one of the most recent ones, and even that hasn't really shown much movement.
Right. And then, so now with the Pleiades, now are those stars all together in the same cluster, or are they like in the same line of sight? Like
they're pretty close. They're
Okay.
actually they're fairly close. They're within, and when you say astronomical terms, they're fairly close.
Okay.
I would say they're between 60 to 70 light years away.
Yeah,
Roughly.
the reason why I asked that was that, like in the Orion's belt, for instance, those three stars aren't really together in any sense of the word, and they're not really together just in a line of sight.
Right.
And to us, from our viewpoint here, they make a belt shape. Of course, when we get out to space, we aren't going to see Orion at all. We're not going to see Orion's belt or anything like that. We'll just know the area that we got to go to if we're going to go to that region, but it's not going to look like a belt out there, I don't think.
So exact numbers, and this is according to, now don't quote me because again Wikipedia is always much.
I'm quoting you. I'm writing it down.
Yeah, I bet you are. Now, again, this is just, approximate. I said 60. It's actually 16 is the difference between one star to the other. You're looking at anywhere between 125 parsecs to 134 parsecs. Now, parsecs is a different measurement, and I'm sure we've all heard it from Mark, because Mark Antonio was the one who actually talked about parsecs a couple of episodes ago on the Sky Tour.
Yeah.
The Sky Tour radio. And he says that parsecs are used for long-distance stars that you can't measure. So, of course, you can measure a star in light years, but parsecs actually takes it a bit even further. So this way you're not going to say, oh, well, that star is 15 million light years away. Well, it's easier to say, well, it's only 2,000 parsecs away, or 2,600 parsecs. It's kind of like what we use here on Earth. People use inches, where you're not going to say, oh yeah, Miami, Florida is 1,000 million inches away.
Yeah.
You're not going to say that. You're going to say, oh, it's 1,000 miles.
Or you can even look at that, just with our distance to the sun, just as a rounded off number, we're 93 million miles from the sun.
Correct.
Okay? On average, okay? Now, if you try to make that into inches, how many inches would 93 million miles be?
Well, that's actually, it's not too hard. You need a calculator for it.
Right.
Here's the thing. You know that there's 5,280 feet in a mile. We know that.
Yeah.
So, and if there's 12 inches in a foot, so it'd be 12 inches times 5,280. It's 63,000 inches in a mile. Yeah. So if it's 93 million miles, you just times that by 93 million. And then you get your answer.
Think about the decimal point or the zeros that you have to figure out, or the digital slots of that number. Okay,
right. It's 5.8 trillion inches to the sun.
So it's a lot easier to say 93 million miles. Now, we're not far enough away to call it a parsec necessarily, but if you say 93 million miles, or another term that we use, or that that we use, is called astronomical unit. One astronomical unit, right? Mm-hmm. One AU, I think they call it, which is the distance between us and the sun, or maybe in Jupiter's 1 AU would be a lot longer, obviously, but for us, ours is 93 million miles, or one astronomical unit. And so if you take 93 million miles, you add it out, and then you figure out what a parsec is.
Parsec is literally 3 light years. That's what about that, give or take. It's about 3 light years. So for every 3 light years is 1 parsec. So like if something is 300 light years away, it's 100 parsecs. That's pretty much what it comes down to. So it's very easy to actually come out, 360 would be versus of 110, makes our jobs a lot easier to measure things that are vast distances.
Jeff got the answer. Parsec, 3.26 light years.
There you go. So
there you go.
That's the exact answer. 3. I like this community. It's always so much fun.
Jupiter is 3 astronomical units, so it's 3 times away from the sun compared to our distance, I guess.
We're doing our homework out here. This is good.
Yeah. So, that's good to know because, you think about You know, when I go on trips, like when I drove to New York, I had to really calculate my gas out. You know, you had to figure out the gas mileage of the car, and then you had to make sure that you had enough money to go for the gas mileage that you get.
Right.
And so when I went to New York, I had to figure all that out. And the thing that threw me off was the damn toll, you know, the freeway tolls, you know, along the way. I spent probably about $100 on tolls.
That's
on
right.
the freeway tolls, you know. But
Yeah.
I had one of those little boxes you put in the window, you know, I had that for a while now. And they just put $20 on it each time that it gets low. And so they automatically put it from my account, you know, they put it on there. And so as I'm traveling, I don't have to worry about any money or anything like that. It just goes right on through. I just have to drive right on through, no problem. And then it just comes out off the box, and then as the box is low, then they automatically replenish it with the account. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about that at all. And I think that might work here with Minnesota when they get that toll roads, which really kind of pisses me off because our gas tax is so damn high already. And then they want to sit there and make us pay more on a different format, you know. So we not only pay the gas tax, but then we got to pay for the toll roads, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't even live in that area, but if I got to drive it, or if I want to use the fast lane or what they call the insane lane,
That's
you know?
true.
Well, what people don't realize, though, is they think that they can speed in those lanes. You know, they think, oh, well, we can go faster than everybody else. You know, no, you can't go faster than everybody. You just don't have to stop because everyone else is in the other lanes. but you know, you can't go faster than the posted speed limit. You still got the speed limit.
That's exactly right.
Where was it, in Iowa or was it Ohio? One of those, you're driving down. I'm driving a flow of traffic, which is doing 65. Speed limit was 55, I think. But everyone else was doing 65 and 70. And I'm not going to do 55 and get hit in the rear end, you know?
Right.
So I'm going along with the traffic, but along the center medium, there were cameras there catching everybody that was speeding. And all you got to do is take a picture of your license plate number and send you a ticket.
Interesting. Yeah.
But I think what happens in that situation and some of that is that if the whole flow of traffic is doing, you know, 65, they're not going to get 100 cars and send everybody a ticket. That would be crazy.
Well, yeah,
You know?
of course.
If I'm by myself and I'm doing 80 miles an hour, then that would be a ticket. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think the rule still applies. In the handbook, it always says you drive as it is safe. And that would mean that if the speed limit is 45 and it's icy out, you don't want to be doing 45. Okay? You want to be doing like 20 or not at all. You want to be at home. You know, you don't want to be on the road if you can help it. Sometimes here in Minnesota, though, it gets icy early. Today we had 3 inches of snow, by the way, for anybody that wanted to know. So
It's cold here.
luckily, it melted fast enough, so it didn't have to get the shovel out. So, but yeah, that was kind of weird. I did guess back in June. I remembered I said something about it was going to be October 18th, either October 15th or 18th. I thought it was 18th though.
Nope, today's 14th.
But
for
anyway,
for another 3 more minutes.
yeah, but I was only 4 days off, and I guessed that back in June. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now. That's a good guess. I don't know who else can guess that way.
That's true.
In the summertime, I can tell you how many 90 days here, and I think maybe I'll wait till all right, December 1st. December 1st, write this down. On December 1st, I will tell you how many 90-degree days we will have in the summertime. Now, summertime, okay, now I'm going from the summer season, which sometimes they start with the meteorological, how do you say that?
Meteorologist.
Yeah, they'll say that the summertime starts like in mid-May or something like that. No, that's not when mine starts, okay? Although that would give me longer days to count for the more 90-degree days, but that's not where mine starts. Mine starts on the calendar summer day,
Right.
which is June 21st, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So June 20th, June 21st. Yeah, I always say June 21st, just because that sounds cool anyway.
Yeah.
So, and then so, um, I say from June 21st to September 21st, which is fall, okay? So from June 21st to September 21st, there will be, and now this is just a guess. I'll say it now, but in December 1st, I will say the actual set in stone guess. You can write this one down, and then write down one that I say in December. I might change my mind and say a different number. Okay, but you keep track of that, and then in summer next year, you tell me how close I get. All right. So I say that there's going to be 12 90 plus days in the what is it, 30 days, or no,
Mm-hmm.
45 days, right? What is the season? 45 days? Well,
I think it's a little bit more than that.
oh, you got June 21st to September 21st.
That's 90 days.
90
That's
days.
ni-
Oh, duh.
Yeah.
Duh. 45. Well, where am I at? I'm on Jupiter or something, I guess. Solar time. No, yeah, so 90 days. Okay, out of 90 days, you're going to have 12 90 plus days. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this year it was kind of weird. I don't think we had that many here because we had a lot of rain. Okay? This year
Yeah.
was kind of odd. This year the rain really kind of threw me off. I didn't realize what was going on there. So, yeah. So think about that. So I'm thinking you're going to have 12. Remember that number, 12, 90 degrees or higher during the summer months, which is June 21st. Make sure you get that date down. June 21st to September 1st. So if a 90-degree day happens on June 12th, that doesn't count for the count, okay?
Right.
Okay. It may count for your count if you count summer starting in May, and that's okay. Then you can count it like that if you want. But in my calculations of the calendar months, the June 21st is the start of summer, and that is going to be 12 days above 90, okay, all the
Yeah.
way through to September 21st, okay? And again, sometimes they even count some of October as part of summer, but again, with the calendar, summer is done according to the time frame, September 21st, according to where we are on the sun location and everything.
Right.
When you look at it scientifically, it's exactly right. And they just go out through the. I guess they do it for I don't know, maybe for political aspect, but maybe for monetary, ideas. They tend to stretch it longer. I don't know. I have no
Yeah.
clue. Maybe for the tourism or something like that. But I don't know what day are you gonna be off this week, if you don't mind sharing that, so we can do a call in and you can talk about stuff or whatever.
Well, I'll be off on Tuesday and Wednesday this upcoming week.
Oh, great. Okay, 2 in a row.
Yep.
Would you wanna try to do one of your own shows on Tuesday or Wednesday?
Well, it all depends on when the chiropractor calls me and sees what day is best for him so I can get back in there. My schedule's been really messed up, as you know, and as the
Yeah.
viewers know, that I have been off on sporadic days, and things have been crazy with, my daughter going back to school and just everything. It's just been nuts. And then my car dying, and then the mount, I'm still waiting for them to fix the damn mount. I'm still waiting on that.
You'll
It's
get
just
that though. It'll get back here pretty soon.
it's a lot of things going on all at the same time, and I still got to pay for that camera that Mark has, and I'm trying to get that. So if Mark, you're watching, or you do watch eventually, I'm gonna get that payment out to you. It's just that I'm not making excuses, but it's really tough. It's really tough, especially. Yeah.
What you could do is you could message him on Facebook or send him an email to SkyTour Radio or whatever, SkyTour Radio at kgreradio.com or something like that.
Yeah, I've been talking to him. I haven't messaged him in the last week.
Yeah. Make sure that he knows. I mean, he's busy too, so he knows that life happens,
Right.
And so he understands that. And Mark is really, really forgiving individual, really, really caring and understanding. So we don't have to worry about that. I find most of our people that we have in this community with the astronomy and with paranormal and even my gold prospecting family, they're really understanding and compassionate and caring about, just really wanting to help people,
Exactly.
So, I went to Las Vegas a couple of years ago for the gold show, and again, talking about the gas price, understanding your gas mileage, and I didn't quite understand mine at that point. And Las Vegas from here is another, 20-some hours, drive, and that's on the short route. So I got there, and I wasn't sure if I had enough money to get home after I paid for the hotel. And I was there for 4 days with that gold show. And one of my friends that was there, they offered to talk to a couple of people, and they gave me some gas money to get back, make sure I had enough money to get back, so that's pretty cool. And I got back all right. I had enough money to get back with that. But, I've learned since then that I have to really figure out my calculation on the gas, and I have to know, I've learned how to evaluate the gas cost before I go, which you can just look that up online. You can look up the gas prices, and hopefully when you take your trip or when you go, at the time you're going, you look at it close enough to where you can actually get the current gas prices, because if you do it too early and then the gas prices change higher, then you might have a problem. So you want to make sure before you leave, check the gas prices at that time when you leave, and then that way you'll know, hey, I gotta have this much money for gas, and then I'll be good, and so I've been doing that on some other shorter trips, and I've been doing better with having the exact amount that I need. So that's a good thing. Mm-hmm. All right. Hey, Butterfly in New York City. All right. She's been on my radio stream a couple times. Or he, she, whoever. I guess. Yeah. And testing Skype, and I think it sounded pretty darn good, actually.
Yeah, I'm not having any problems over here at all. I'm just running things on one laptop and streaming on the other.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she probably recognizes my voice from the radio, I would bet.
Can't forget you, Ron. Can't forget about you.
But yeah, so tomorrow morning, like I said, after the opening, we're going to have DJ Hemi. He's going to hopefully be up and ready to go. He's in California, so he's a couple hours behind us. He's like on Stars time. He's on Stars time, same time. And so... so he's gonna do that, and okay, I had okay with that name. I can see it better be a girl.
Some guys like butterflies. You never know. I mean, we got a butterfly conservatory not too far from here, so I mean, it's possible.
We got one here. Yeah. We got a butterfly. Whatever you call it, conservatory or.
You got it. You got it right.
Butterfly farm or whatever you want to call it. They raise the monarchs.
Yep.
Now, what I was trying to figure out is why did I have all orange one? We had all orange ones this year. I know that we have yellow ones here, but I only seen orange here in this area. And I don't know what the difference is between the orange and black and the yellow and black. There are different models, so to speak. I
have no idea.
they're still monarchs. They're still monarchs, but they're different models. Like you got a Ford and Chevy. They're still a car, just
Right.
different company.
I have not the slightest idea. I have no idea.
Well, you got a bumblebee and you got a regular honeybee. Two different things. And you got the yellow jacket, and then you got the wasp. Two different things.
True.
Then you got a hornet. A hornet is kind of like a wasp in a way. I was stung by a bunch of wasps one time. That was no fun. I got stung a couple times in my lifetime by a bunch of bees. I don't know why that is. I don't know if they're just out to get me or what happened there.
Yeah.
Just something was trying to pay me back or something. I don't know, or just keeping me awake. I don't know. But one time I had an old 71 Econoline Ford van, and it had the shifter on the column, had the 3-speed shifter on the column. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And it was obviously a 3-speed, has the clutch, but it had the rod going down behind the instrument panel and down to the transmission. Okay, and what happened was that rod broke. Okay?
Yeah.
And so when that rod breaks, you can't shift gears.
It's true.
But to find one, and I was in North Carolina, and there was a junkyard that was, probably 20 miles away. I was walking. I did finally get a ride from somebody to go and get the part. But I had to go, it was a U-Pull-It junkyard part place,
Yeah.
So, hey, James Dugan, he was on earlier. All right, hi, Tanya. And anyway, I had to go and pay like $25 for the part and then pull it off the thing that was full of wasps, red wasps. And they didn't like me interfering with them. And so then I had to go to the little grocery store that was in town over there and pay about $7 for bug spray,
Yeah.
And I went in there and killed all them wasps. So they didn't sting me anymore after that. But my arm was a little bit swollen after that. Oh man, it was painful. But I got the part. I got the part. I fixed my van. And I got out of where I had it parked at, because nobody liked me having it parked there. But oh well, what am I going to do? I couldn't drive it. I didn't want to tow it. I wanted to fix it right then, get it fixed. So I did finally get it fixed. I lived in that van for a year, actually. That was pretty fun. Yeah, a little bit cold in wintertime in North Carolina.
It's actually getting pretty cold out here. The temperature's definitely dropping out here.
Yeah, it's chilly tonight here. Mark was talking about just under 40 where he was at in Connecticut, I think he is. Yeah. And then here it was like in the low 30s, I think, or so. And then again, we had the 3 inches of snow today. That was kind of fun.
Right now it's 37 out right now.
All right. Good.
Yeah, lovely. 37. It's supposed to
75 in Texas for Jello. Thanks a lot, Jello. Thanks a lot for telling me it's nice there.
Yeah. And it's supposed to get down to about 30 here. And then it's supposed to go back up into the 50s, but that's about it.
Early morning tomorrow for Vanessa. All right, Vanessa. We'll see you hopefully on the show tomorrow. We'll see you on here listening. All right. Monday we got let's see, what is Monday? Foo Fighters, that's right.
No, Friday's Foo Fighters.
No, right, Foo Fighter Friday. Hold on, Monday.
What the hell do we have going on Monday? I can't even remember.
Fleetwood Mac.
That's right.
Monday morning. I forgot my own damn schedule. What the hell?
Yes, you did.
What kind of radio host am I? Oh well. Boy. That's what happens when you get old. You see that? 22 degrees Celsius. What the hell is that Celsius business in Sydney, Australia?
Well,
What the?
Well, here's the thing. You gotta remember, with us Americans, here's the thing. We're the only one that doesn't run off of that. We're Fahrenheit. Everybody else in the world is Celsius.
Yeah.
We're Fahrenheit, which makes no damn sense.
All right, Butterfly. If you can catch our show tomorrow morning on the radio, check us out. I'll be playing some music in the morning at 9 a.m. Central Time on radio. You know where it's at. I've seen you there.
And if she's if she's a butterfly in New York City, that would mean that it would be 10 a.m. New York City time.
Yeah. Well, if she can listen when she's working with the headset, some companies actually let you do that.
There you go.
And
Jello the weatherman. He just posted how to figure out how to get into or here's a good one. Ready? Google.
There you go. Google is your friend. That's what Daryl told me tonight. Daryl on Mark's channel said, "Google is your friend. Look it up."
I wouldn't even. I'll just be like Celsius to Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know. When I went to Canada, I went to Canada not too long ago, and I was trying to figure out to do all when you get gas and you're just like liter, and you're like, I don't know this liter stuff. I have no idea how this works. And then you see $6 or $7, and you're like, wait a minute. First, you have to convert the liter to gallon, and then you have to figure out the Canadian conversion to the American dollar. So it's just so confusing. No idea. I don't know.
I did cut my hair yesterday, so that was good.
Oh, good.
So I don't have the long hair anymore, and I tell you, it feels a lot better.
I can imagine. I definitely need a haircut. I'll probably get one on either Tuesday or Wednesday, one of these 2 days that I'm off.
I can see now.
It's just great. It is just great that I got this going, and then everything is running great. I was so frustrated the last stream, I could have just thrown everything out.
No, Bill had like about 4 or 5 people on his Skype chat, and we played when we played Family Feud and stuff,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then when he did the movie night, man, he played some scary movies that night. Oh boy.
See, I don't know. See, that's the thing. It's like I want to try to get as many people on here as possible, and we could just have like a round table. I mean, that would always be fun because I like to talk to people. I've been doing this for so long with just me talking to you guys, and then you guys don't have any input, other than just typing.
I like the conversation like that. James Dugan, is he actually in Sydney, Australia?
Yeah, he's out right now. It's afternoon.
I wonder if he has Skype. James, do you have Skype?
I don't know if he does. I don't think I have him on for my Skype.
No, but you can add him.
Of course I can.
And then if Jeff wanted to call in, did Jeff want to call in and say hello? Maybe if he has Skype. There you go. See, he had, okay, James. Well, Chris, I guess you can put in your.
Oh, he says yes. Yes to...
yes to talking to him, but he has no Skype, I don't think.
Got it. That's what it was.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to have to get him Skype. Some countries actually don't let it work for some reason.
Yeah, I'm all for I'm all for people just coming in, just talking and typing, and just having a good time. I mean, I'm all for it.
All right. So now, Anna, I had a question about blue stars and red stars. Now, Amanda kind of gave me the answer, but I'll ask you. I'll ask you and let the people decide what they want. On a blue star now, apparently blue stars are hotter than red stars.
Yes.
I don't quite get that. You'd think that... No, I realize... like actually in some of our writings, we talk about the hot blue flame, right?
That's true.
And then like when when I heat up a piece of metal, then it gets it's hotter when it's like white, but when it gets cooler, it's actually red.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't quite understand that. That's what I'm trying to get at. It's like in the star philosophy, in the theory of the star, if you have the blue, you'd think that would be colder. From your mental thinking, blue would be cold.
Right. Well, I can go in a little bit of detail about it. I mean, I don't have to go in too much. I don't want to see. I don't want to always be a person to bore the living hell out of the people that are watching
No,
or
but
listening.
just like Amanda mentioned, well, just like on your pilot light, on your gas flame, okay,
Mm-hmm.
on your pilot light, she
Yeah.
meant, and the blue is always the hotter part of the flame. As it gets farther out on the flame, it turns to lighter color, usually yellow or orange in some cases. So, I guess depending on how clean the gas is or whatever, it would have different colors and different shades.
Right.
But
Well, what I could do is I could tell you there are different classifications for each star. Okay, so there's 7 different classes for each star for what the temperature is, and they have like a letter associated to each star. Okay.
okay.
The hottest star. Actually, we'll go with the lowest, the coolest star, because they wear sunglasses because they're so cool. No, I'm just kidding. So
Right.
the coolest star is what's called a Type M star, and its natural conventional color is red, but its real apparent color is like an orangish reddish. Okay, the temperature on that is under 3,700 Kelvin. Now, Kelvin is what they use for measurement of temperature. Again, we're doing that weird temperature, or that what is it? The classification, what you would think of as light year or parsec. Same thing with temperature; they use it as Kelvin. And then we can. I'm sure somebody in the chat will figure out what Kelvin is compared to what Fahrenheit or Celsius is. The next type would be the type K, and that one is classified as orange. Okay. And
Okay.
that one is a temperature between 3,700 and 5,200 Kelvin. And as you go up higher and higher, you have type G, which is 5,200, type F, which is 6,000, type A is 7,500, type B is 10,000, and then type O is the hottest star that's anything above 33,000 Kelvin. Okay, that's
Oh, wow.
hot. That's really hot.
Wow.
And that's conventional color. You have red, orange, yellow, yellowish white, white, blue, and then, well, blue, white, and then blue. So that's how you would actually classify each star and how hot it is. So the big question everybody says is, so why are there blue stars, yellow stars, red stars? Why is that? And they want to know, well, what makes them shine one color compared to the other? And that's because of spectrum. It's the light spectrum. It's how fast. Now, this I'm just basing it off of just my mind, and again, I'm going to read it in a little bit to make sure if I'm right. Is that it's how much its fusion is in the star, and the bluer it is, of course, naturally the hotter it is, and of course, one person always wants to know, and this is a good one, is why is there not any green stars? That's a great question. You know.
Well, the green stars is not part of your, what do you call that? Like on a comet, I think, on a comet, I don't know if an asteroid has green or not, but I know a comet sometimes has green, but it's only because of the material that's melting off of it or burning off of it. The gas in a star, from what I understand, there's no signature for a green gas, so to speak, if you will.
Well, sort of. Pretty close. It just said.
I made all that up. I made that up.
No, well, what it just means by is that with the light spectrum, is that green is actually spread out throughout the spectrum. So if you pass the colors from a whitish star through a prism, you'll see all the colors, including green, but it's just spread out. It's more of a faint. You won't be able to see it. That's why.
Okay.
So there are green stars out there. They're just not like true green. They're out there. They're there. It's just that, like, if you were to go up to a telescope and say, "Hey, I want to go look for that green star," no, you won't be able to really see it because your eyes can't really see it. Just like hydrogen emission, same thing. So,
interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
It really is, and so you want to know.
In the stars with the Pleiades with M45, those are blue. So now, let's say, would we be here if our sun was blue,
No.
we probably wouldn't be here.
No.
We'd be toast.
Absolutely not. Yeah, absolutely.
Where would we have to be if our star was blue?
Oh God.
That's a good question, you know.
Well, it is, and I'm sure there's probably people out there in the chat room probably asking the same question as they want to know. Well, first off, you got to know what is our sun. You know,
right.
What's the temperature of our sun? Well, the temperature of our sun is... I'm trying to think exactly what it is. It's a yellowish orangish. I know that for a fact. So it would fall in that yellow orangish spectrum. So trying to think of exactly, because it's got a luminosity of 1. Actually, I want to look this up because I don't want to say something and then find out that it's completely. I want to say something and find out that it's completely wrong. And
astronomy live stream says our star is hot.
That's a good one. Our star, it's hot. It is.
It's hotter than us, right?
The temperature, the actual temperature of the sun's surface is 5,700 Kelvin.
So that's actually kind of cool compared to some of the ones you just mentioned.
Correct. 5,700 would put it at, again, as I said, between the yellowish orangish, almost right to the yellowish white. So it's right there. It's so close.
Mark had mentioned before that it was like a medium or middle.
Yeah. It's pretty close. I mean, it's right between G and K on that classification of how hot the star is. So it's not a brown dwarf. It's not anything that's super cool. Of course, 5,000 Kelvin. That's pretty darn hot.
Yeah.
Now, if you were to replace that with, say, a star like Rigel, you'd have to go like way out. I mean, you're talking.
Okay.
You have to talk maybe past Saturn.
Okay.
Because with it being almost 10 times hotter, you have to be 10 times further away because it's going to emit so much heat. But it's pretty easy to try to figure out. You know, with a star being blue, its fusion is faster. It's working harder. It's younger. Just like, okay, if you had kids, okay, 5-year-old kid versus a 26-year-old kid,
right?
What do you think is going to be running around more?
Right.
You know, the 5-year-old.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with the stars. The younger they are, the more active they are. They're burning more and more energy, so they're fast, they're hot, they're very active. As a star passes a certain threshold, it's going to start, getting steady. It's going to start cooling down. And that's why the color changes. You've heard of what's called redshift.
Yeah.
Sort of the same thing. It's that spectrum. It's
Yeah.
going to the red, so it means it's going to start cooling down. Now, I'm not an astronomer. I'm not a PhD. I just read the stuff and I try to memorize it. That's all.
But now let's look at the all right, going with the red star. Now, not trying to get off our sun, but going to the red star. Let's take a look at you can look at Scorpio and you can look at Antares.
Yep.
All right, Antares is a beautiful. I've seen that in a Dobsonian 8-inch telescope before, and also in my Celestron 8-inch that I had. And Antares has a beautiful star cluster near it. Okay, called I think M4. Is that right? M4 or is that another one I'm thinking of? Anyway, Antares has the red star. And in the star cluster actually kind of has some of the red light from the star itself. So it kind of makes that look red from the light of the sun. Now, I don't know if that's in the line of sight or if it's in the same sky or what. But anyway.
It's in the south. And you are right. It is M4. M4 is actually the star cluster that sits not too far off of RHO Ophiuchi.
It is amazing. Amazing view when you have the right telescope and the right sky to look at it.
Which, by the way, that is the best name in astronomy history. RHO Ophioki. That just sounds amazing.
Oh yeah.
It really does.
What you could do is with Antares now. Where would in our solar system? Where would Antares be as far as the size? Would it take up our whole solar? That would take up our whole system, wouldn't it?
Antares is freaking huge, okay? Antares is one of the biggest ones out there that we know of that's like you can actually see in the night sky.
Oh, wow.
Its diameter, now if you were to actually figure out how big the sun is, it's 492 suns. So you could fit 492 suns inside of Antares. It's huge.
So then in our own solar system, let's make that sensible from our own point of view in our own region here. We have the sun, okay? Now, the sun, you can take 10 Jupiters and put inside the sun. Okay? Now, you can take 10 Earths and put inside Jupiter.
No, it's not 10. Oh, no. You can fit a lot of Earths. Put it in perspective.
Inside Jupiter, how many can you fit of Earth?
I think it's like 150.
Oh, really? That many? Okay, that's off then.
Well,
okay.
Ron, think of this. Okay, you know the Great Red Spot, right?
Yeah.
That's just slightly bigger than Earth.
Okay.
That's how massive... Yeah, that's how massive it is. I mean, you could literally fit... It's a lot.
Okay, wow.
It's a ton, and I'm going to get the number for you right now.
So now, would there be any planets around that red star?
Oh, I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is.
Have a good night, Jeff. Great talking to you. Please check out our radio and listen to some music. And Amanda has a music show on Fridays, by the way, at 4 o'clock. And she puts together a list of music, and we play whatever song she wants. And yeah, we have a good time. So
it's 1,300 Earths into Jupiter. That's the actual number.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And then so how many Jupiters into the sun? You said 100 and what?
Well, how many... Well, we could actually figure out how many Earths we can fit in the sun. We could always do that.
Okay.
It would be 1.3 million Earths.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. And then the red giant...
1,000.
And then there are stars that are bigger than the red giant.
Oh, my God. There's... it's like 1,500 to maybe even 3,000 bigger stars than... I mean, it's such a big number.
Oh, nice. Thank you, ALS. Antares means rival of Mars.
I haven't really been checking the chat. I've been going back and forth here, just checking
different
things.
That's fine. I'm watching. I'm kind of reading what they're saying.
Good. I appreciate that, because I got a bunch of windows open here and stuff.
Butterfly was gonna leave, but she's still here.
Oh, she's still here.
Yeah, she has Skype though. She said she has a good voice for radio. I'm trying to get her hooked up on the radio and have her come on and talk.
Yeah.
Say a few things. I don't know what she does for her entertainment for life. I don't know what she does.
Yeah,
what she's interested in.
I'm going back into the chat here, because even though I think Jeff is here, or maybe he left, but I think he's gone. But
yeah, Jeff was gonna leave. I guess he had to go.
Yeah, he said that, like, he goes, well, the sun is red, isn't it? And the answer is no. We think of as the sun being red, but when you actually look at it, it's actually like white. I mean,
I think maybe when you're looking at it, maybe through a filter, it may look red. If you have a sun filter.
Atmosphere plays a big role in that, because one day it could look orange, the next day it could look red. Now, in the next 4 billion years, the sun will turn red. And that's why they call it the big red giant, like Betelgeuse. Like I think somebody just mentioned it. I think that was ALS. He said Betelgeuse. That one's a red. That one's a red giant. When they become red giants, two things can happen. One, It's going to do what our sun does, and it's going to swell. It's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger over the next 4 billion years. And it's going to start cooling down, but it's going to get bigger. And what's going to happen is its outer layers are going to start shelling off, and then it's not going to go supernova like some people think. That's the other one. Is that Betelgeuse, that's a red hypergiant. That is going to explode. That is going to be one spectacular scene. Now, for all we know, it has already exploded. It's already done. We just can't see it because the light hasn't traveled. It's 600 light years from here.
Oh, okay.
It hasn't taken the time to travel
600 light years now.
Yes.
Okay, now a light year is the time that it takes for the light to travel in a year.
Which is 6.7 trillion miles for light to travel in 1 year. Yeah.
Wow.
Right. That's why.
So in our lifetime, we probably won't even see it then.
Maybe, maybe not. I mean, it's possible. I mean, they said that it's on the verge of exploding. It's literally at that time where any moment, really, it could happen.
The Crab Nebula, which we still have the remnants of that. Mm-hmm. What was that?
That was a star. I don't know.
Was that like a red giant, or was that? Well, it'd have to be that type of a star, right, in order to be that way.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, because
our sun is gonna be, from what Mark was talking about earlier tonight, I think we were talking about it a little bit. Is that our sun is gonna be like a white dwarf? I think.
Yes, it will. When it officially sheds its outer shell and it becomes that swelling hot red giant, all that's going to be left is that little white dwarf. It's going to be very, very, very tiny. It's going to be about a fraction.
And planet Earth is going to be toast by that time.
They don't know that yet. See, that's the thing. They don't know, and even Mark doesn't know yet. They can't figure it out. Either its orbit is going to be pushed out.
Oh, it might adjust to the sun's force.
Correct. Yeah. Or it's just going to get incinerated because, again, this is all hypothesis. They don't know. We're not going to be alive to see it. Our great-great-great-great-grandchildren aren't going to see it. You're talking billions of years before we actually physically see something like this happen. And for all we know, Andromeda's going to swallow all of us up anyway, so it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But they don't know. We know that Mercury's going to be gone. We know that Venus is going to be gone. But we don't know if Earth's going to get swallowed up or it's just going to get pushed out. We don't know.
Okay.
And by that time, we'll probably be on another star system anyway, so it wouldn't really matter.
Yeah.
But it's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it is interesting to contemplate that, you know. Of course, I hope that I'm not here to witness any of that because I don't want to be suffering or having to live through that situation.
I'm pretty sure you will not be. I can almost guarantee it.
Unless it happens tomorrow, then
No, it won't. It's proven that it's getting hotter. We know that it is proven that it's getting hotter and it is getting bigger. But it's very, very almost unnoticeable.
Hey, as the sun expands, does that change our year at all?
No.
Okay, so it still takes the same amount of time to get around the sun then, in that sense. Okay.
Just about, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, again, you're talking, like what we were talking about a couple months ago, or even a month ago, when they said, oh my God, the moon is going further away from us. Oh my God, what's going to happen? But you're talking a distance of your fingernail every single year. I mean, again, you're talking billions and billions of years. So
who remembers and who actually spent time watching Space 1999?
I didn't watch it.
You need to look at that one.
Yeah, as far as I know, I don't remember that.
Yeah. The moon lost its orbit and it went out into space, and then they had to time it a certain time to get back to Earth somehow. I can't remember exactly what it was about. It was kind of goofy. But anyway, we all sat there and watched that crazy show.
Well, ALS
Space
says
1999. It's a pretty good show, actually. It keeps you entertained.
Astronomy Livestream says that he thinks, and again, we don't know. I mean, it could happen, but he thinks that it will not happen in our lifetime. maybe not in his lifetime, maybe not in your lifetime, but maybe my child's lifetime. We don't know. I mean,
well, I mean, I got at best, if I survive my health issues, I'm looking at maybe 50 years. Okay.
Ron, you're gonna live to like 300.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to do all that. Not in the current status we have with this money situation we got with the way things are going in this world. If we can learn how to do the barter system again and go back to the trade system, maybe that might be an idea to survive. You know, which I think we're going to have to do anyway eventually.
True.
The money is not going to be usable, and we'll just have to go back to, you know, having to trade stuff back and forth, you know.
True.
And that's kind of why I go hunting for gold prospecting. More people will do that at that time. Hopefully there won't be too much crime involved, because everybody will be able to get out and get the gold, you know. They'll get it themselves, you know.
Right.
It'll be there. And so when you learn that you have to do that to survive, and you want to get it yourself, you can get more. You actually get more of your own, you know. Probably a lot easier than having to hurt somebody or break the law to get somebody else's, you know.
Yep.
And then if you get to go out and get your own and enjoy the nature and things like that, you know. I think it's going to come to that eventually. And what I want to make sure that everyone understands is that gold will always be what?
Valuable.
and it will always be gold, right? Gold will always be gold. Even when you get out to space, guess what? Gold is going to be gold. You know, we were talking about religion the other night on KGRA, talking about, well, there won't be any religion in space. And I think we're going to kind of lose some of that, because we'll have a different perspective when we're out there. You'll be closer to who we call God, whoever that is, you know. We'll be closer to the Creator, if you want to call it that, or the whatever, you know, the one that we think is the Creator, if you want to talk about something like that. And then we'll be closer to that, so obviously we're not going to have to be looking. We'll be there already, you know what I mean?
Sure.
And then, so what's the point in wasting time looking for it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll be there. When you're on the moon, you're a step closer to God right there. You know, a step closer to the person that created everything, if you believe in creation. If you don't believe in creation, well, then you're going to have to figure that out when you get there. So,
very true.
But being in space and being on a rocket ship, being someplace in the sky closer, when you're in an airplane, you're closer to heaven, or you're closer to your whatever point you're talking about going to, you know.
Right.
And whatever that is for anybody, you know, everyone has a different opinion of what that is. And I don't mean to be judgmental or meaning to criticize anybody's philosophy, but, you know, everyone has their own idea. And so when I say heaven, that's from my point of view, you know. And most people know generally that's what we're talking about.
Right.
When we say that. So I don't mean to be offensive in any way, you know. Some people might not think of it as heaven, but anyway, you know, that's okay. Whoever has their own idea of whatever they think, that's fine, and I'm flexible with that, you know, and I'm okay with everybody having their own thought, you know.
That's right.
And I believe we have a freedom to think the way that we want to think.
That is right.
Yeah, it's cold out there. Look at that temperature.
It's cold out here. It's very, very cold. We're getting down to be almost freezing now.
Where's your temperature at?
Right now we're about 36 right now out here.
Where does you see the temperature on there?
Not on here. I got it on my phone.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm not that good.
Oh,
Trust
you must
me.
be looking at the weather. Okay.
I mean, I can put it up. I mean, I can put it up here. I won't do it this second, but I can
we're
put
still
it,
here.
I could put it up there, but I'm just adding star names on here so this way everybody knows what's, you know, certain stars. Betelgeuse is right at the bottom right, so that way you'll be able to see that.
Oh yeah, ALS. He got that new scope. I think he got that new scope, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He said he was getting it.
And then I think he had snow today also. He had snow like I did. Well, probably a little bit more than I did.
Yep.
So
He
yeah.
says he sees the Little Dipper. That is correct. The Little Dipper is the box now is actually vertical now for the Little Dipper. If you look carefully,
Where at now?
okay, so on the left screen where you see Polaris, right? I labeled it.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
follow it down like if you're looking at a clock at
Yep.
about 8 o'clock. There's a box.
Yep. I see it.
Yep, it's almost vertical.
Okay.
Here, what I'll do is I'll actually use the pointer. Okay. All right.
Can you do where you can draw lines on that?
I wish I could. I don't think I can with OBS. I don't think you could doodle on it.
I know there's another way that you can do that with a different program. Yeah.
I'm not gonna fiddle with it. Trust me, Ron. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm not touching it. I've spent way too much time.
I see what you're talking about.
Right. So if you follow the actual pointer here, like there's a box that sits right here.
Yeah.
Like, that's the Little Dipper right here. And what it's going to do is it's going to go around this way. So all the stars are going to go counterclockwise all around here all night long.
Okay.
Which is super awesome. And then Cassiopeia sits right here. So Cassiopeia, when we first started, was right about here. So now, in that time, in about 2 hours, it's gone up to about here. If we were to be out here for another 3 or 4 more hours, the Big Dipper would actually start to come up at about here. You'll start to see it come up.
So now, how do you do star trails?
Well, there's a couple programs you can actually use that you can actually take each light frame, because right now on this one that we're using right now, we're on 96 frames. So I could take these 96, input them in. They haven't moved. Like the actual background hasn't moved, but the stars have moved. So it would actually take each frame and actually use them as a dot, and then it'll just go and then it'll actually create a line, and it will actually follow it. So I'm going to be doing that tomorrow, and that'll look really cool.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's going to look. And the one on the right, it'll be different because it doesn't have Polaris on it. So it's going to be further to the right. So there's a little bit of an overlap, but I don't care. So it's actually not too bad. And then eventually I'm going to try to see if I can use the zoom actually out. And then we'll actually get more of the sky.
Well, now we got to get some of these people on Skype on this chat here. So.
Well, it won't be tonight. I mean, tonight you'll be my You'll be my very first special guest. So
all right, there you go.
We could say that.
We'll get them on, and then actually if they tune in to the radio tomorrow, of course I want you on there on Tuesday or Wednesday or maybe both days we can chat. I do need some help on my website. I can't figure out why I can't change it. I thought I was working on the right file and I got the right file over there, but for some reason it's not letting me change something on the live site. On my local site on my computer, I got it changed and it worked just fine.
Yeah.
But it's challenging to get that figured out because when I reinstalled the FileZilla, and then I changed my whole server thing and just got the one website. It changed kind of some of the names and everything like that. So now I gotta refix it. But I'm getting it. I'll get it. Good. So it's just maybe if you can give me some input on either Tuesday or Wednesday, we can take a look at it, and we can maybe figure some steps out. And yeah, so the drive port is huge. Yeah. Oh, I was looking at two things. I was looking at either the later on I might think about maybe next year investing in the Celestron. I'll keep this 90 millimeter as a spare scope or something,
Yeah.
And but I wanted to get the Celestron with the clock drive on it. They got the either the 4. You were thinking the 4 or the 6 would be the biggest you'd go on that.
Yeah.
As far as uh, training or getting used to it again.
Right.
So I don't want to go. I don't want to go too expensive like I did last time and not really use it. I actually want to, get something that I'm going to start learning the sky with and everything like that, and actually use it now that I got a nice backyard and I have a pretty nice night sky out here. I got pretty good. I got about probably 30% of the sky that I can see right around, right above me and everything,
That's because you live in
So,
a post stamp. That's why.
yeah. But I got trees, I do have trees. So I got a bunch of trees in the area that are right here. But just from my backyard right here, I have probably about 30% view of what I have that I could see.
Okay.
And so that's actually not too bad, really. I mean, that's 30% around the whole sky. Okay, so all directions.
Wow.
So that's pretty good. So if that makes any sense when I say that, 30%. So if I go out to the cornfield and I can stand taller than the corn, then I can probably see, obviously the whole sky. But
very true. Very true.
But because I live in a little town and I got all the houses and different trees around me, it's a little bit difficult.
Yeah.
So, but no, I'm gonna enjoy that though. And I was just thinking maybe I like the SE6. And that's only like about $700, I think I saw on some sites. Like eBay had a brand new one actually for $7.99, I think it said.
Okay.
And then that comes with a couple of eyepieces and a few other things with it,
Yeah.
The SE4 was like, I think $5.99 or $6.99, something like that. That came with some filters and some eyepieces and a case, So
okay.
that wasn't too bad,
Yeah.
I would really like to get a solar filter with it, though. I'd like to get one for this 90 millimeter too. And I'm still trying to figure out if I need to use an extension tube with that camera. I'm not sure.
Well, you'd have to test it out and see if for focus.
Well, it hasn't really been clear since I got it.
That's always how it goes.
It's been kind of crazy. Is. And then with this, we had this snow, of course now we get snow on the ground, So, but it's kind of melting on the pathways. But then right now it's probably icy out there. So you go walking out there, you're going to be on your ass.
Very true.
I cussed. I shouldn't have cussed, sorry.
Oh, we can cuss all we want. Trust me.
18 plus here?
It is, trust me. We can cuss as much as we want. Ron, have you seen my streams this year? I mean, how many times have I cussed out?
When you got mad at the thing not working right?
Trust me, I cuss out a lot of things, so you're not the only one. Trust me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there. James got the price for it right there. 6 inch at some shops. Yeah, $500. Yeah. All right. Hey, James. So if James could get Skype, that'd be great to have him on talking at one of these times. So James, that's your homework for this week. You got to get Skype.
He said he didn't. Well, I know he said he didn't have it, and I don't know if he wants to. But again, we don't have to force people to come on.
I know, but it'd be a lot of fun to hear people talk, and see what they have to offer for what they know,
Right.
And I know a lot of people have a lot of information they like to share and they like to talk, and my goal is to get people connected and get people, sharing their passion for what they have,
Exactly.
Whether it be astronomy or whatever they like,
I just noticed that because when I just came on, I just wanted to just, start the stream. And I just noticed that I never changed the title on
oh, wow.
Because this was back from September, so people that came on, they were like, "Oh, he's going to be viewing Gamma Cassiopeia." No, I am not.
Oh.
I'm actually not.
ALS. When I got my Celestron, I got a Celestron Ultima 2000. I showed Chris a picture of it, and when I got that scope, it was a $3,000 scope. All right, and it had the fast star optics, which was one of the first times that was ever offered in a scope, in a residential, personal scope, So, it was a $3,000 scope though, and I went from, I lived in a little town called Kannapolis, North Carolina, and you can look that up on Google, and then you go from Kannapolis to a place called Greenville, yeah, Greenville. Greenville, like Asheville, yeah, right by Asheville, but it was up on the Blue Ridge Mountain. It's about a 2.5 hour drive. 2.5 hour drive. Yeah, and it had the Pastar optics, had the special coating, the what is it, the SLT coating, or what do they call that? It was a special coating though, so it wasn't the cheap stuff, And it had it didn't have the flip mirror on it, but I could remove and add an attachment port for a camera, and have the eyepiece on there at the same time, something about that. So that's pretty cool. The fast star optics, I never tried that, but the idea was that if you wanted to do like planetary, and I think mostly for like taking pictures of Jupiter and stuff like that. And at that point, all you had was your regular 35mm film camera, and you could have got the $5,000 digital camera, the one that gets heated, you have to get it cooled down and everything like that, and some of that, the CCD camera.
Right.
They had a cheap one for like $2,500, and then they had one that was next step up, was about $5,000 for just the camera. And then the other option was you had your regular. I used to use a Canon a lot. Canon AE1 is what I used to use, and but I didn't have that connected to the telescope. But that's the camera I had at the time, and I could have got an attachment to connect it, like I did this one here that I have here.
Right.
But I never did that with that. But that telescope was amazing, though. It had 30,000 objects in the memory banks for the computer, and it had 10,000 objects that I can add my favorite objects, 10,000 extra objects I can add. So that was pretty cool. And you could connect it, had like you connect it with a telephone wire to your laptop, It didn't have It did not have USB, I don't think. It just had the telephone wire type connection. You could run it off of 8 AA batteries, or you can run it off the power source. P&K Space Imaging, what?
Yeah.
Oh, he needs a wrench. He needs a wrench. Yeah, he needs a wrench, and he can put his website in there.
I just did it just now. I have it on my phone, because I could do this wirelessly.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing. So I could just do that.
Cool.
Yeah, I got it on my phone, and I could do it while I'm listening, and I'm having a good time.
Wow. Will die out. Yeah. So now ALS. So you don't think that the fast star is really necessary when you go to bigger sizes? Is that what you mean?
I think it could. Well, if you have that for any size, I think it just makes it easier.
Well, see, you have with the fast star optics, what you had to do on mine, from what I read about, is you take out the secondary mirror and change it to from F10, I think it was, normal speed. You go the 8-inch F10. Okay, then you have a focal length of what, 2300 or 20, something like that. And so with the fast star optics, you go down to f1.2 or something like that. So if I remember right, And so what would happen is, like, if you were looking at Jupiter, for instance, under the normal conditions, you'd be able to see the whole thing. But then if you put the f1.2 on there, you'd like see the red spot.
Right.
That's like how close it would zoom in. Maybe not that much, but f2. Yeah, there you go. You got it. I couldn't remember the number exactly.
F2 is fast. F2
yeah,
is extremely fast.
Compared to f10. Now, what they did say is, like, when you do that, it's like when you use a Barlow lens, you actually lose some of your light gathering ability, which actually takes away some of the viewability, I think is what you'd call it.
Right.
And so it kind of destroys the idea of what you're trying to see, I think. Right. And while it's nice to zoom in like that, it doesn't really help your enjoyment of seeing the actual what you're trying to see. You know, like the colors of Jupiter, or you know, if you're trying to see the whole planet at once, you might not be able to do that. Now, if you're doing like what P&K does with the zooming in on the craters and on the moon, yeah, you do want to get the close-ups on that, you know. And then you want to enjoy that look and that view. If you want to zoom in on, say, the Andromeda Galaxy, like what Mark was doing tonight, you know, you want to do that, and try to get as close as you can, but still see the whole galaxy.
Right.
So, yeah, that's fun. No, it's a lot of fun, though. And then when you learn the ideas about how the optics work and everything, I still want to make that one. I was looking at the prices of mirrors today. They've gone up a little bit.
Yes, they have.
That could be because of the tariffs that we got on everything. Now it might have gone up a little bit because of that.
Right.
But I was looking at the 7-inch f6. Remember I was telling you that one plan that I had? Right. I actually had that mirror set, 7-inch f6, and I was saying, okay, now if you're gonna, the tube length is 42 inches, but then where does the eyepiece have to go? On the tube length? How do I? That's what I need to learn, how to figure that out exactly. And then when I get that, I want to go ahead and use what I liked about the 7-inch is it was still kind of it was under a 50-inch tube for the total length. Okay.
Yeah.
And so you looked at, if you did 6 times 7, that's 42 inches. I know I got that part figured out, right? But when you go to use the visual cone from the primary mirror, how do you calculate the distance to the eyepiece, you know, to the secondary mirror? I still have not understood that completely. I seen the math. I see the math on it.
As far as I know, I mean, you'd have to.
Wasn't it P&K?
For me, it's trial and error. I mean, that's pretty much what I would do. Like, just like when you're for a sensor for a camera, you have to figure out the focus. You know, you just use spacers. You try to figure out going back and forth to try to get that right size. Same thing with trying to pick out a mirror for if you're doing a Dobson or if you're doing a reflector or anything like that. Trying to figure out the distance between, and I'm sure ALS will definitely know, and I'm pretty sure that P&K would definitely know the exact diameter or the distance to go from the secondary.
So let's ask them. They'll put it in here. So you have a 7-inch f6 primary mirror. Where do I want to put the secondary mirror on the scope? I'm building a regular, standard Newtonian reflector, basically, is what I'm doing. So if I wanted to put the secondary mirror, how far away? I guess is the how many inches?
I'm sure. Well, again, you can use the word Google, and I'm sure Google.
Oh, right, I know, but it's more fun if they know it and you just type it.
Did that too. I mean, I can look it up here. Let's see, 7-inch reflector. Are you doing a reflector or are you doing a Dobson?
I'm doing a Well, I guess it could be a Dobsonian. It's still a Newtonian reflector, basically. Same idea. So just a different cradle, just a different cradle. That's all. The Dobsonian would be an easier mount to work with as far as building one.
True.
And so I could do that and build it and.
Because Cloudy Nights would definitely be the answer. I mean, you can just go on Cloudy Nights, and I guarantee you that will be the answer.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Cloudy Nights, yeah, Cloudy Nights is great for anybody that's looking to build stuff, like, for telescopes or anything.
Hey, Star made it. Did you send out the star signal again and she showed up again?
I was thinking about it. I was thinking about doing that. She's probably like, what do you need? Do you need anything?
That's right. She was laughing at you the other day.
About what?
About when you were surprised when she showed up.
At this point, she doesn't surprise me anymore. I'll just say, "Where's Star?" Boom, there she's right there.
No, she wasn't laughing at you in a mean way. She was laughing in a funny way.
Well, nobody laughs with me. They just laugh at me. Everybody
does.
That's
right. That's it.
Everybody does. I'm trying to see, because everybody's talking about 16-inch and 12.5-inch.
Okay, P&K didn't quite understand the question. Okay. On the, there's a what they call a visual cone from parabolic mirror, from the secondary, or from the primary mirror to the secondary mirror. There's a visual cone, what they call, and if you, I looked it up, but I can't remember what the numbers are. And I know it's like you got to have it like if the tube length is 42 inches long, then the secondary mirror has to be about, I think it was like 41 and a half or 40. It can't be 40 because that would be too close. It would have to be 41 and a half or so. Hey, Star. How you doing, Star? How you doing?
I'm looking it up right now to see. Let's see here. Secondary mirror. Oh, God, it's a lot of reading. I don't have time to read.
Okay. Yeah, P&K said there are charts. I'll have to look it up.
Yep, I just found a chart now, but holy crap, it's a lot. It's a lot of FIF and 4.0 and D2 and holy shit, I don't know any of this stuff.
You see, now I picked the reason why I want the F6 is, one, it gives you better light gathering ability for your photography. That's why the F6, okay? So
I just sent a link.
42.6, there you go. Okay, yeah.
I don't freaking know. I mean, this has it for a 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9-inch scope, but this chart goes on forever.
Oh, wow.
Holy shit. Oh, it actually has focal lengths, focal ratios. Crap.
That's worse than my website.
Yeah, this goes on forever.
Okay, I got a 7-inch, okay, I see 6, I see, oh, they don't have 7. That was my problem when I was trying to order one. I didn't see a 7-inch, they had 6 and they had 8.
Yeah, you're right, it goes from 6 to 8, but doesn't have 7 on here. What the frick?
But I want the F6 for sure. I don't want anything less than F6. So if I did a 8-inch F6, alright, there we go. The diameter of the secondary mirror. Wait, no.
Trust me, I'm trying to figure it out. I have no idea.
D2 would be the secondary mirror, right? D2 is secondary.
I think so. That's the diameter, I'm guessing.
I'm just guessing, yeah. Diameter of the second mirror would be 5 inches. Wow. That don't make sense.
You're asking me questions at 1 a.m. in the morning.
Well, now this is your homework, okay?
There you go.
Because I actually want to make this scope that I wanted before, that I actually had the mirror set before, and I just never got the tube for it. I never made the tube for it. I was going to make a Dobsonian mount. I'm going to go ahead and bookmark this, and I'll come back to it later.
Well, as P&K said, there's plenty of charts, and there's a bunch of stuff online that you could easily find it. Nobody's going to know off the top of their head of like
Why not?
what the diamond.
Come on, you guys.
We're not walking dictionaries, Ron. We don't know.
Come on.
We don't know all that stuff. At least we try, anyways.
Mark would have the answer right there, but then Mark would say, "Look it up."
Mark would be like, "Go find it."
That's right.
Well, I'm only going to be on for just a little bit longer because it's 1 a.m. And I got to work in the morning, and you have your show tomorrow morning. So that's why I'm only going to be on for probably about another 10 more minutes or so. So if anybody has any questions or anything, by all means, we most certainly can answer them.
And then what I want you to do is tomorrow when you're on, if you can, make sure you connect with DJ Hemi.
I'm going to try.
And if you can, both via Tuesday and Wednesday, maybe if you can get together with him and share emails and things like that. I have his email, but I want you to connect with him. And I told him your website and everything like that, so he looked it up. And then you guys can work out sometimes when you can work together, maybe talk on the radio together or something. I don't know. We'll figure out something.
Yeah.
And I wanted him to have some time to do his own shows because he's doing all these promos for me for nothing,
Yeah.
So again, part of my way of helping him out is giving him the ability to play on the radio, basically.
Right.
And then, like, whenever you want to do your own show again, you just let me know.
Yeah, well, when things start to slow down and things...
And again, you have enough, just like here, we just talk about absolutely nothing and silly stuff,
Here's what I was thinking how we could possibly do that, because I think there might be an easier way to doing that. I can run the stream like what I'm doing now, and this is perfect. You could probably pull up Mixler on your computer, and you can hear me, and you can hear yourself. Why couldn't you run Mixler with just the two of us talking?
You mean I can do that right now?
Well, it's kind of late now considering I'm going to be leaving in 10 minutes. But I'm just saying, like for future, you could always do that, and then that way you could run it, and this way I don't have to have an extra program running in the background.
That's a good idea.
And then you could just run it off of yours. So whether it be me and you, or me and 2 other people, or 3 other people, just let me know that you're doing it. So that way, I don't play something or say something, because sometimes, like I think 3 or 4 streams ago, I had what we did was the sounds of the planets, which was super cool.
Right.
So that would be fine for here, but even ERT Radio,
well, on ERT Radio, on the Mixler program, I can play anything I want.
That's true.
That's why you paid that service fee for the year.
True. True.
And so, we can, as long as we're not trying to sell anything or anything like that, I think they might get on us for that. But as long as we're just playing music and having a good time and talking like we're doing, no problem. Now, YouTube won't let us play music, obviously.
That's true.
Except for the audio library we can play, which I have quite an extensive library so far. I'm running out of my hard drive space right now because I keep adding new stuff to it.
Don't worry. I got you beat. Don't worry. Trust me.
Oh, I know. I got to get a bigger hard drive for this computer, but that'll be next thing.
For music, I'm up to, I think it's 43 hours.
Oh, wow. And I got like 4 hours, I think.
And it's growing.
But I just started getting it, though. Remember, I tried doing the audio library before, and it was crap choices, but now they got more choices.
Right, like I have, I think, 3 or 4 just like 13-hour just MP3s, where I could just easily just pop it in and just play it, and let it play for like 10 hours straight.
So if I did a test, let's do a test just real quick if we can.
Sure, go for it. If you
10, let's see, it's the 15th, right?
Today is officially the 15th now. Well, For you, yes, but for ALS, it's not. ALS is still he's still stuck on the 14th, and Star's still stuck on the 14th because right now for her it's 10/13.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put the date and I'm gonna put test. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and start it, and then we're gonna go ahead and get on here. Oh, you get to turn on everything. Got to turn on microphone selection.
Oh God, now, you're gonna get reverb. I can guarantee it.
And then Lorraine kept telling me that she couldn't hear me. Okay, now I got that going. Okay, now that's going. Alright, so now we're going to turn on Skype. Okay. Yeah, I got reverb alright.
Of course you do. But who knows if there's reverb on... Well, it wouldn't be on mine because yours is just one feed going from your mic to here.
Yeah.
So it would be fine on my end, but
you're going along. Yeah, you're going out. So, do you happen to have those planet sounds real quick, or no?
No,
No.
I just did it. All I did was I just took my phone, put it up to the speaker, and just played it.
Oh wow, there you go.
Eventually, I will. I mean, it would be really cool. Eventually, I'll do that. But yeah, I just wanted to just see and play it later on and see if this works, because if that does work, then you could just run it off of there. Yeah, I can
then we can just stream. Yeah, we can just stream. And if I really wanted to, I could actually run this through the OBS to my channel.
Oh man, now we're talking like just everything here.
Run it through to my channel, and then we can count it on Earth Radio for time. You know?
Do you think people are going to multiply and be on 4 different stations at the same time?
Yeah. And we can actually have some people come over here and join the stream on Mixler while you're talking. Oh wait.
What?
Now you can hear. Okay. Now let's see if you can hear me play anything on Mixler now. Oh wait. No, I can do the. I can do the. I can do the promo thing. Let's see.
Would it work?
We're gonna try it, and it hopefully it won't give you a copyright.
Ron, you better not. You better not give me a copyright strike. Right. I tell you.
All right, we'll do it then.
I would be because if there's anything that's on there, I mean, I'm not monetized.
Right.
So yet.
No.
We need to make sure the sub count on the bottom needs to hit 1,000. We gotta get to 1,000. I don't care how I do it. And then I also need to get another 200,000 watch hours. So we need to keep.
Yeah.
Or 200,000 watch minutes.
That's why you're gonna do this. You're gonna do this show here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I want to start building on Earth Radio YouTube. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point of doing this way, if we could do it. And then, you know, of course, we can still have fun on the radio as well. And we just use, well, hold on, we can play audio library stuff, right?
Yes. Well, that's what I was going to do, yeah.
Okay, let me try that, see if you can hear it over there.
Right.
If it's audio library, then it's fine.
Right. Because the audio library is copyright free.
Yeah, and I got like 4 hours of it so far. So let's see. Let's play this one here. I just got this one actually. Let's play this one. All right. Let's see if you can hear this. I don't know if you can hear it. Let me turn it up.
Okay. Nope.
You can't hear it?
No. I don't know if the people out there can hear it, but I surely can't. I got nothing.
Huh.
Because I think the reason being is with Skype, you're only playing from your microphone, not from your desktop. That's probably why. That's my thinking.
Okay. That's weird, because you should be able to hear it.
Unless if, well, That's the thing. It's that you're playing it through your desktop, but it won't actually play it through your microphone unless if you turn your speakers up. But then the problem is, then you're going to hear yourself, which means you're going to echo.
Yeah.
Because you're going to hear yourself and talk at the same time, so that means you're going to get a reverb. So that probably wouldn't work. And I don't think Skype has channels where you can actually run through a certain... I don't think you can. But I could play music at the same time while talking to you at the same time. I just haven't quite figured that out yet. We'll get there.
Okay. All right, yeah, we'll get there. See, that's what I wanted to do, though, is with that. I'll turn that off then. That's confusing. Trying to talk and listen to music at the same time.
Well, but it will play through radio, through Mixler. You'll hear the music and hear you and hear me all at the same time.
Exactly.
Because
but not going through your YouTube, though.
Correct, because it's running through mine, which I have the channels on mine, but not through yours.
So you'd have to play your audio library right now, which then I would hear it, and it would come through. Oh, there you go.
Right, but the problem is I wouldn't really want to play music while talking to somebody because it could become distracting, but it could work.
Well, you can play it low enough to where you just hear it in the background.
True.
And that's originally what I was thinking of doing, because then, like, when I was talking to DJ Hemi's friend Damon, you know, we talked for about 2 hours about just paranormal stuff, and I wanted to have, like, music in the background, and that way when we were trying to sit there and think about what he was talking about, like, what the heck did you just say?
Here, I can play music now, in the background, right now. But I don't think it's working.
I'm not hearing anything yet. But I should.
You might not.
That's weird.
You might not hear the music.
Huh. That's weird. Because you should have it going through. Because I know Brian, Total Brian, he's on Monday nights on Spreaker.com, Total Brian.
Yeah.
And he plays a little bit different show than I do.
Yeah.
He's the one that actually got me started on this business. And but Total Brian will play a lot of 90s stuff because he's 37 years old or something like that. So.
Let me see if it's playing the music while talking to you at the same time. Let me see. I'm just looking to see.
I hear myself.
Well, yeah, because I'm playing it at the same time.
Oh.
Yep, it's playing the music.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah,
I just don't hear it.
You probably just won't. Well, let me see if I can turn it up. Let's see. There, I just turned it up.
I still don't hear it.
Okay.
Well, how do they get it to play across the stream on theirs, then?
Because what I'm doing is I'm using desktop audio.
Oh.
And the desktop audio is using you and the music at the same time. So whatever the computer hears, like say for instance you get an update or something like a ding or anything like that, you're going to hear it as a ding.
Huh.
Same thing with your desktop audio. So it's not using the microphone. So here's how it's working. This is crazy. I'm using the microphone from the streaming computer to hear my voice. Then it's taking the voice and putting it onto the actual other computer. It's crazy.
Okay, so I got your voice coming across here. It's working.
Yes.
Okay. I got my voice coming across here.
Yes. So the first computer I'm looking at right now is the one that's running just solely the two imaging cameras. Then it's taking that, my voice, and the two, and running it to the other computer, which is running the music and Skype. and then it's carrying my voice over. So the first computer is running at 20% CPU. That's it. It's just running very low. The other computer's running at 60% because it's running the other stuff. So if you took the two together, it would bog the system down and it would run really slow. This is what ALS was telling me to do forever and ever ago, because it takes the load off of one laptop and puts it on another, and you don't have to worry about it. So now I can run other things at the same time and not have to worry about it lagging.
Now, how do we get, like, if I wanted to stream your music through my channel, how can I do that?
I don't think you can.
Like what they're talking about, you know. Because
actually, you could.
ALS had streamed Bill's channel through his.
Yes.
And he was playing Bill's channel on his before,
well, yeah.
I think.
Well, because naturally you're just taking the actual stream and plugging it into the other YouTube. That's all. You're naturally just taking one from the other, and you can use the actual audio from one to the other. You should be able to do that with Mixlr. So if you're actually going through Mixlr right now...
Yeah. We're on now. We're on now. I'm just trying to figure out how to get it connected with the music part.
I don't know. I mean, it should work. I mean...
And in that way, if either way, if I'm playing music on Mixlr, then you should be able to hear it. You know, as long as it's copyright-free stuff, like we said.
Let me take a look. Let me go on Mixlr and let me hear it. Let me see. It's a good question. It's a test night. This is great. I like this.
Yeah. So like if you have Mixlr on and I play a song, then you'll hear it. Obviously, you'll hear me play a song. Okay, that makes sense. So which means if I play the one that I was just playing, okay, hey, there you are. Hey, Chris.
Let me see. Right. Yeah, because let me see. Because I'm going to turn up the volume on ERT Radio, and I'm going to take a look and see what it comes up. Oops, almost dropped my phone. All right, let's see. It's loading. Technology. This is great.
It's already playing, so...
Well, I know. I'm waiting for it to load. Come on. Okay, here it goes.
And see, what I do is I turn it down, and you just hear it a little bit in the background playing.
I hear your music.
Right.
Turn your music off just to see, or pause your music just to see if mine comes on.
No. I didn't hear yours. I mean, they might have heard yours on the channel.
Turn yours off just to see.
Now they should hear yours.
Hold on. There's a delay, so you gotta wait 8 seconds. Nope. But you're echoing on ERT Radio, on Mixlr.
Yeah, I heard.
But it's not. I don't hear any music at all.
I think it's just echoing because we're hearing the Skype and we're hearing the Mixlr.
Right.
So
there was no music at all. Probably because it's a separate channel, and it's not picking it up. That's why.
So how do they get that to work when I hear Bill's? You know, he was doing that, like he was doing a movie thing where you could hear the audio and see the movie and everything. Because
that's YouTube. That's different. That's the difference. It's Mixlr is going to be completely different than what YouTube does, because with YouTube you're taking the actual URL and actually plugging it in, and it actually takes MP3, the audio, and also the video at the same time. And then you can actually use it on yours. So that's what he was doing. Like ALS did that with mine. ALS did that with Bill's stream. I did it with Bill's stream one time. So you'd be able to use it from there. But I don't think Mixlr can do that because it's not taking a URL. It's just taking an audio format of my voice going onto there.
Okay.
That's the difference. So
Okay.
if I'm playing music and if I'm doing stuff in the background, it's not going to pick it up because it's only picking up one channel. It won't pick up
Man.
music. It won't pick up music, which is fine. It's not the end of the world because you can always use your music and put it in the background for us, and then I can use my music and use it for mine.
Okay. All right. We can do it that way.
At least this way there's no dead air.
Right. And that's why I was trying to have the music in the background on a low volume, and it's just something to listen to, you know?
Exactly.
And that's why you want to get all those copyright-free files so that we could do that.
Right.
So, all right. Well, this was kind of fun trying to figure this out a little bit.
Hey, I love it when things come together. It's always so much fun.
Yeah, and then see now if we had other people on, and they can all be on the radio at the same time. We'll get there.
Exactly.
We'll
exactly.
Get there.
And look, the clouds pretty much told me to go to sleep.
Yeah. But we got to get ALS on here, and for one of your interviews you were talking about.
Yeah, I'd like to bring people on. Jello, I'd love to have him on. Even though he's gone, I'd like to get him on sometime.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of people I'd like to get on. So, yeah, I'm going to pretty much end it now, because it's
me too.
1:30.
I'm about tired myself. Huh.
And I got an early morning tomorrow. I got to get up at 6:30, so I'm going to get about 5 hours of sleep.
I haven't done nothing but wake up and watch the Vikings win for once.
Bills blew it.
Yeah, yeah, Vikings won, and they were all excited. It's always fun, you know. It's kind of funny to see the different responses when they win. You could definitely tell they're all excited and happy. When they lose, they always say something like, "Oh well, we should have just played better." And it's like, really? Really, you couldn't come up with anything better than that? We should have just played better. Oh boy! Or one of the things that and if anyone says this and uses this statement, you know, forgive me if I piss you off when I say this. I can't stand this statement when somebody says, "Oh, it is what it is." It's like, what is it? You know?
Yeah.
It is what it is. Okay, now that is no answer for anything. Good night, Butterfly. We'll see you. Hopefully, you'll be able to listen to the radio show sometime this week. And Star, yeah, we'll have to talk sometime. Maybe this week we'll get on the phone again and have you talk again. She had a really good story to tell.
Yeah.
She's a good talker.
All right, so I'm going to end this. So.
Oh wait, here's ALS's answer.
Yeah.
Okay, when he streams Bill or this site, have YouTube running on an iPad, plug. Oh, I got you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, James, if you can get Skype at some point, go ahead and get Skype, and you can definitely, if you want to talk on the radio, hey, you got an opportunity, you know. You gotta get Skype though. That's how I do it. All right, and if you can't use Skype, we can try to figure out something else. We got Discord, or we got Google Hangouts. We can probably figure out. Well, we'll get it figured out. So, but I want to try to give people an opportunity if they want to share what they have thoughts on, you know.
Right.
But by all means, you know, if it's science, astronomy, if it's just fun stuff you want to talk about, nothing, no hate stuff, no complaining if we can help it.
That's right.
I mean, we might have a discussion about stuff, but that's about it. We're not going to be complaining about nothing. Like what Bill and KGRA radio talk about, you know, they don't like to get political about stuff most of the time. And they usually try to stay pretty good about that, you know. and they all have their own opinions, but they're not going to try to convince anybody of anything or try to make anybody do any voting any certain way or whatever. They do have their own opinions. I've seen Don's postings that he has on Facebook, and things like that. And it's actually pretty hilarious that we have the same viewpoints,
Right.
And so I like that. And but it's just fun that we can all get along and respect each other and have a good time, and we can all get on and talk on the radio and share stuff. If you have a paranormal event you want to share, hey, I'm open to that. If you have a spiritual experience you want to talk about, nothing religious, mind you, but just something that you have that you need to talk about, ghost stories, even with Halloween coming up. I mean, heck, I can always use an extra ghost story, right?
That's right.
So, Chris, if you have any stories you want to put together or if you find any on the internet that you want to share on Tuesday or Wednesday when you call in or when we talk on here, you can definitely share a story you want to share. It can be real, made up, or whatever. Or just a campfire story, whatever. And I was watching the Saturday Night Live, and Seth Meyers was a guest host, or he was the host of Saturday Night Live, and he did a funny scene where they were all around the campfire, and I got a really good ghost story, and he starts to get into the story, and then the one guy comes up behind this other guy, puts his hand on his shoulder, and gave him a heart attack because they're listening to the story, trying to get the answer to the story.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, just taps the guy on the shoulder. You can imagine that. You're in the middle of nowhere and listening to the story, and something grabs you by your shoulder, like, oh shit.
Right.
But anyway, all right, we're gonna get on out of here, everybody. Yep. Thank you, Chris, again for this. Oh
yeah.
Fun time learning about some of this stuff, and at least you got the cameras working right.
Got everything going.
And then, Chris, I hope you will be a guest on my show Tuesday and Wednesday, or Tuesday or Wednesday, or maybe a little bit of each day. We'll figure it out.
Yep.
And we'll talk a little bit about what we're gonna do with the station, and hopefully we can figure out a timing for you to get another show or get your show going with the moment
right.
and caught in a moment, I think is what we called it. And
yep.
Andy can help us with some logos that we can make up, some banners and stuff, and then DJ Hemi can do some announcing for us. Okay?
That's right.
And you'll be able to play those announcements. You'll be able to play them on your YouTube channel or on any place you want to share them at. So because they're his. I mean, I don't know what music he uses. I guess he uses the audio library stuff for that.
Right.
But we could definitely find something to use in that order. We can use so we don't get in trouble for that.
Right.
Okay, so I want to keep everything clean as far as copyright stuff is concerned. Like you, I wanted to build up my numbers and get the watch time. I can't make a whole lot of extra money, but if I could just do something, make something,
Right.
And be a more responsible YouTuber and stuff like that, All right?
Yep.
So we're going to work together on that, and then we'll be a whole community of YouTubers and have fun.
Exactly.
And hopefully we can all learn something and just enjoy the times we have here. And while it's still free at this point, we don't know how long that's going to be.
That's right.
But if they do charge, maybe they'll let us play music at that point, when they start charging. So, but we'll see how that works out. I already paid for the internet already, so I don't really want to pay for YouTube if I don't have to.
Right.
But anyway, all right, I'm going to get on out of here. Everybody,
Yep.
Great night, and see you in the morning, 9
Yep.
o'clock Central Time on radio on Mixler. All right.
Okay.
And see you in the morning.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Yep. There we go. Lower that down. There we go. Alright, so, again, that was Mr. Ron from ERT Radio. Pretty much wanted to let, everyone probably knows Mr. Ron. So, figured I'd get him on. It was the very first time of trying to do the calls while doing some wide field. And it worked out. Everything worked out perfectly tonight. So, I am going to end the stream. I want to thank everybody for watching tonight and hanging in and just having a good time. So, don't know when I'm going to be out here again. It might be tomorrow, just so that way we can test out a couple more things, maybe get a couple more people on. Maybe. You never know. But, yeah. Tonight was an absolute success. Compared to the last 2 or 3 streams that we've done. Whatever I did tonight, I'm going to keep doing from here on out. So, I want to thank everyone for tuning in, especially Mr. Ron, ALS, Butterfly in New York City, Venus, James, Jeff, Star. Trying to think if there was anybody else that was on that came on. P&K Space Imaging, of course. Tanya, you were on. So, yeah. Until next time, everyone, have a wonderful night. Night. Bye.